Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Let's go. I worked out today. I feel good today. God bless me with another morning to be alive. Shout out to each and every one of you. God bless you all. Let's get the lemon into the water, baby. Already been drinking the lemon water, as you can see. Been pounding through it all day long. Matter of fact, I might need some more. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. God bless you all, and shout out to all my beautiful friends out there. Shout out to my man. You know who you are. God bless you, man. I love you with all my heart. This show's for you, brother. This show's for you, my man. God bless you with all my heart. Let's go. Let's keep it moving. Shout out to everybody here on the live. What a beautiful day it is to be alive. I feel good, baby. I feel good. You can't let Bitcoin control the way you feel. You must be able to believe that this life is beautiful and every single day is a blessing. No matter what is going on in your life, every single day is a blessing. Because you look back on these times 5-10 years from now and be like, what was I stressed over? I should have been having a good time. That happened to me, and I'm happy it did. I look back at a time in my life where I was so stressed with the bad, so consumed with the anxiety of what could and could not happen in my life that I didn't focus on the present moment in time, and I missed out. Just pour it in here, my love. Go right in my bucket. Oh. Thank you so much, my love. Okay, so moving forward, let's take a look at the day. BCD, Bitcoin Diamond. If you ever traded that puppy, I remember when that came out. Funny stuff. I'm looking at BAX. It's in a tight channel here. You got this outlier of the 200-day. It is getting high on the 4-hour time frame. Could it get a bit of a move? Does it go sideways a little longer? And it could even dump all the way to the downside and turn to a double bottom. There's no guarantees, but it's just something that I'm looking at. The whole market doesn't look amazing today. It's Monday. We have Fed meetings, Fed talks, all sorts of craziness going on. And, yeah, that's just on the radar. So, and everybody, if you send an email, I do not reply to the emails, so they will get answered when they get answered. My wife will do what it does and get you back inside the Discord as soon as possible. That will be her first priority throughout the day. I got a DM about an email, babe. I'm sure she knows. She's all over it. Thank you for the love, though. I appreciate it. You got me choked up a while back when you had an epiphany about getting older and turning into an old man someday. Hey, it is what it is, man. You know, and one thing I want to talk about. You want to break it down. And I share things with my Discord, share my entire life. But, my dad is, they say he has what's called walking pneumonia, which is atypical pneumonia. I studied it. But, I'm a little worried about my dad. You know what I mean? So just something to think about. Just a little worried about my dad. And not worried, actually. I don't worry anymore. But I have compassion for the pain that my dad is going through. And I feel for him, if that makes any sense. And, I just love my dad with all my heart. That's all. So anyway, say a prayer for my pops that he survives and he comes out strong. Thank you so much. Hold on one second. Yeah. Can you text me that? And then I'll go there for you and give you a review. Okay? Yeah. Just text me the information. You did a great job. Thank you so much. Okay, cool. Sorry about that. I got a screen door installed. They did a really good job. So they were just calling to say, hey, could you give us a good review? I would love to. You know what? because I have a small business, I go out of my way to help any small business. If I see anyone that's, you know what I mean? If they do something good for me, I leave the best review possible. You know what I mean? I just lost my uncle, so I understand. Amen, man. Amen. You just got everyone in this community fired up. Those vibes are unmatched. Top tier, upper echelon. Shout out to Eric Browning in the house. Shout out to everybody here on the live. And let's break down Biddy Bitcoin for the day. Let's break down world markets. Let's talk about it. Let's look at what's happening. So we've had this in a bit of a diamond, a bit of a pickle for a couple days now. The 4-hour very oversold, but going sideways. We got a nice pump this morning, 22,471. Let's take a look at what happened. Isn't that insane? I drew this flag last night. This is crazy. How do I do this? I drew this flag last night, suggested that this was the way we could break to the upside, right? And I drew this flag on the 15-minute, so we have to watch this flag on the 15-minute time frame to see if it could break out. We talked about it this morning in the morning update at 7 in the morning, and this is exactly where I stood. I drew this, and I drew this flag, and I somehow called the pump to the upside yet again. I mean, this was the likely scenario if we could get it. And look what we did. We stopped right at my green big boy resistance line, or my yellow big boy. Everyone explained to me I was colorblind, but okay. At least I was corrected. You don't want to be wrong forever. At least at one point I began to be corrected. So here, we have this move to the upside here, 22,487. And that's just kind of where we can't get above. Can't get above. Can't get above. Cannot get above. And this kind of solidifies the fact that this could definitely be the diamond. And this would be the, the diagonal resistance line of the diamond to send us back to the downside here. Let's take a look at our 1-hour time frame. Yeah, our 1 hour gets overbought at resistance with the 15-minute. Not a good sign for False Move Monday. Likely that we turn around back to the downside unless we get some type of crazy short squeeze. Remember, it's Monday. Be very, very careful. Anything can happen. But we did call this flag. We found this pump. Tight moving averages. Well, what was I talking about? Well, I thought about, could the price action actually pump all the way to the 200 SMA? Could the 1 hour just continue to pump to the 200 SMA? We've seen it happen before when these moving averages get tight. So, I'm not saying it's guaranteed. And it doesn't have to happen, but it's just something, and we could go sideways, 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 have it drag on, and then we could get it too. That's the only problem with this kind of trickery, that you don't know exactly how or when it's going to happen. You just kind of have to have faith in the motion that it will happen, right? So, get bulls excited to dump on the Fed meetings. Shout out there. Lord bless them. And continue to guide others, touch his father's body, and continue to protect him. Amen. Shout out to Kevin Baker. Thank you for the love. Who's ready to rock? Let's have a big sip of the lemon water, too. Let's go. You drink lemon water like you mean it. All right? So, we called this move. If you were in my trading group, you get an update in the trading group every single morning between 5 and 8 a.m. And so I was just pumping through the charts, getting it in, doing everything I could, showing you the moves. And I did an update this morning, and when you look at it, this is what I was talking about, the possible move out of this flag, and I even drew the flag. And how did I get the measured move of the flag? It's from this wick to this wick. Wick to wick gives you the measured move of the flag. And, we knew we had a resistance there, but we got above this local point of control at 22,389. We're battling that psychological support, 22,500. Can we get back above it? It all depends, okay? Can't forget, you're funny. Shout out to Skinny LO Skinny Low. Why is Oreo cream addictive? They must put something in it. There's not enough cream to consume. Oh my gosh. Mt. Gox released in a day. Mt. Gox, everyone's worried about Mt. Gox. Is everybody going to sell? Somebody that's holding for years. Are they going to really sell at the lowest point of a bull market? Now, some of them may be up, though, compared to where they first got in. I get it. I also heard you got, compensated what you had in the exchange, not the amount of Bitcoin. So, if you had 10 Bitcoin and it was worth $500, you're only getting $500 worth of Bitcoin. That's what I heard, which is a complete scam. Am I wrong here? But that's what I heard, which is a complete scam. I'd be like, where's my 10 Bitcoin? Where's my $220,000 that I would have had I put it in a hardware wallet? They'll sell some and swap some. Mt. Gox might make ETH go up. Might pump altcoins because people are going to be like, man, this is the best time to get into these low alts, and I get a bunch of money. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about it, everybody. I really am not. I'm not fazed by it one bit. It does not bother me at all. I could care less about it. Might, it might rock the boat somewhat. Like, we'll pay attention to it. I'm not going to act like it doesn't exist. But I'm also not going to put all my moves based on what Mt. Gox does. I just simply do not care. Okay? Time for a extract. Okay. We're going to talk here. Everybody is talking about this idea here. And it might be in our news, but I don't know. But this is worth making a segment about, in my humble opinion. Wanted to find like a good, all the articles are old, but at least hide the date, I guess, and use it. So Mt. Gox. Everyone is talking about the Mt. Gox unlock. All these people that had all their crypto in Bitcoin, mainly Bitcoin, because that's what it was at the time, right? Had all their money, right? And it was Magic of the Gathering, right? Is that what I'm gathering? But Mt. Gox, anyway, people had their Bitcoin in there, and it got, it basically the exchange went down. And they've been battling for about, 8 years now, it seems, it seems forever. And a bunch of people are going to get their compensation. And is that going to affect the market? And my idea is this, a lot of people were going to get, Grayscale was going to unlock a bunch of Bitcoin. And people were worried that once Grayscale unlocked the Bitcoin was going to crash. Bitcoin was sitting, if we go to the daily time frame and we look at the big chart here for BTC, Bitcoin was sitting right here. And everyone said we were going to go lower to 10K. We were sitting at about $31,900. Then we went lower to 28,000. I did call a long here based off Fibonacci and bullish divergence. Whether I got lucky or prepared, that is up to you to decide, and we would pump to the upside. So I did not regard the unlocking of Mt. Gox to be a big deal. It did not let it faze me. I stayed with the technical analysis. Now everyone's saying the same thing here. Is Mt. Gox going to come out? Are we going to get a massive dump to the downside? Well, it all depends on support or resistance and levels that we're watching at. Like today, we're watching this diamond and seeing if we can get back above this small local resistance. So the TA will tell you what happens. I do the TA every single day on my channel, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., and Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Come on in to the Crypto Lifer Show. I will be here every single day, giving you the news, giving you the updates, and giving you the charts. Show me the charts, and I'll show you the news. So I'll keep you updated. We will see what happens with Mt. Gox, but I will be unfazed, and I'll be staring at the charts. Thank you so much for coming, and I'll see you on the next quick updated video. Awesome. And, you got to do one take. You can't annoy the people on the live, but you got to get the news out, and you got to get the cool little updates out for TikTok and Instagram and all these fun places. One Take Sammy. They call me One Take Sammy. I don't want to waste the camera crew's time. It tends to slide down when I get excited. You don't want your pocket square sliding down. You might have to sew it in. I actually have a little square that I'm supposed to put it in and slide it in, a piece of plastic thing. I don't know what happened. We'll find it one day. My plastic pocket square holder. I like to do it raw. You know what I mean? I might be a little crazy, but I got some bone. You never know. Shout out to Crypto Cash. Hey, 147,000 Bitcoin will be dumped. I can hear it all the way from the county down to Northern Ireland. Show him the charts, and he will show you the news. Mt. Gox and USDT FUD is the FUD playbook on repeat. Suit be fired today, bro. Shout out to Ryan Holder. Thank you so much. I'm in teaching mode with the teacher patch. My wife got me this. Ralph Lauren, you know what I mean? She got me this, I think, for like Christmas or my birthday last year. Thank you so much, wife. Beautiful suit. Everyone's commenting on the suit jacket that I wore today. Haven't worn it in a while. Makes me feel like an old man. So sometimes I don't bring it out. Can we beat the odds? Odds got moneyed up. Look at that, 180% from when I put it out here on this small little flag. It did have a little bit of a double bottom there first and did lose the channel. Once it got back above that channel, lost it again one more time, and then it was gone. Crazy, but odds. I think something I might look at again. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but maybe at another time. So let's break down Bitcoin and what do I see happening for Bitcoin for the day. So if you're my trading group, you were privy to the pump that we just got. You know, better than nothing. Wow, she's playing the guitar now, huh? So here, this broke out. And now you look at all the wicks to the downside. It's really messy. The 15-minute is oversold. Look, you even have a little bit of bearish divvy here because, you know, I'm going to get rid of this. This was our measured move, right? Take us to about here. We'll put a line there. We'll take that away for now. Just a lot of lines. But that's how I figured out where we were going to go this morning. Hey, that would have been a huge leverage trade for someone. And I'm not a big on leverage trade, but people do what they want. That was easy. You know, you didn't need 100 indicators. All you needed was the Sammy vision, lifer vision to the upside, right? It's okay. You could still say we're in this, but the 15-minute wants to come to the downside and take a bit of a dump here, right? I'm going to get rid of this ascending triangle, but you can see, I mean, I really shouldn't, though, because, look, we're still holding this trend. You can see the triangle that I got, right? This trend line, and we're still slightly in it. But I also have the diamond for you. That's why my stuff is confusing a little bit for people, because I use, you know, I'm looking at multiple stuff at once. It's like having 10 chess moves all at once. You know, I know the falling wedge that we're in. Like, well, let's zoom out. Zoom out where I'm, you know, hypothetically beginning to build this possible, you know, asymmetrical triangle. Then we got the falling wedge. Then we zoom in, and inside the bottom of the falling wedge, we have the ascending triangle forming here. Not amazing one, but somewhat. And the diamond inside of that, right? And then even inside of that, it's like Russian dolls. You know what I mean? We've got now, so like, I just took you from the outlook all the way into the unlook, and my brain's able to keep all that together and kind of, and honestly, that becomes a skill. Because at first, my brain couldn't keep all the time frames in an accordion style like that and be able to kind of like analyze and unanalyze and shrink and zoom. And you know, as I began to play with my brain became more limber. You know what I mean? And I began to kind of use it in a way that was different than I was used to. At first, it scared me. I'll be honest. I was like, whoa, what is going on? Because my thinking changed. The way I thought of the world changed. The way I looked at everything changed. Once you become a trader, everything is like you look at food and you're like, well, is that good for me? You're like, oh, I got to be open-minded. You know, do I eat that too much because I like it? Or is it actually good for me? Right? And then you kind of have to judge that idea. And then anytime you have a belief, you have to ask yourself, could this belief change? Do I have all the information? And if I get more information, could I make a different decision? Right? And that's what I love about trading. Is like, okay, I believe this could pump to the upside until we get to resistance. Now I believe that if we don't get above resistance, we could go further to the downside, right? So that's very similar to what happened in any time in life, right? Something comes out, you're not sure if it's for you or not. Maybe it's a moisturizer. Maybe, who knows? You research it. A few friends tell you they use it, but it doesn't work. You know what I mean? And then you say, yeah, it's not for me. But you change, and then maybe you like it, and then you find out, you know what? I don't like how they test on animals, so I don't want to use this product anymore. So as you get more information, you change the way you change your thought process, right? So trading really helps you, I believe, kind of help people make really sound decisions and become good at being open-minded, because to be the best at trading, you must be open-minded. So we're watching this 15-minute that's oversold coming to the downside. We're getting rejected by this top trend line. Not a good look at all. The 1 hour also kind of got us to the upside and is at resistance. Unless we get an insane short squeeze here to the upside and break through and get back above this 100-day moving average here. Only thing saving us is the fact, could we pump up to the 200 SMA? Or is that, and the further the 21 gets from the 200, the more likely we're going to get a break back up to the 200. This could end up becoming an inverted Bart Simpson. We flip it upside down, it has Bart Simpson vibes for sure. Right back to the downside. We could get a Bart Simpson vibe right back in. And see how we're getting tight above this point of control? I wouldn't be surprised if we gap through this gap and Bitcoin, for whatever reason, just made a crazy move back up to the 200 SMA. So that's one thing I'm watching. And I called that last week right here, and we got it. This one here too. So we'll see. It's kind of the old trick of the book here that I got under my sleeve at the last minute. The oscillators won't agree. Things will look a little wacky, and you'll still pump up to the 200 SMA. All right. However, we still have to, we're going to have to get above this area. It doesn't happen so fast. Like, we should get above certain area, like out of the diamond, and get back above at least 22,500 first. Then it's something that definitely may occur. So I'm watching for that. I want you to understand that concept and keep it in the back of your head. But right now, I believe we go to the downside. Heavy wickage, rejection of the 100-day SMA, or the 1-hour SMA there on the 1 hour, the 100 SMA on the 1 hour. And, these wicks, we can't get back above the green zone. So bearish tones here inside of this ascending triangle. That is a 50-50 shot. And right now you're overbought with bearish divergence even. As I showed you, this swings to the downside. Well, that swings to the upside. In the MACD, just kind of faltering, showing no signs of life here. Not in the best. And curving to the downside as well. So not loving what I'm seeing here today for Bitcoin. We're going to look at the dollar index and everything else. And again, maybe we get a huge pump. It's False Move Monday. We'll take a look here at BOOKMAP to see if it can provide us some data and help us out in the back end here. So BOOKMAP, 22,500 is an outlier with a big order. Could we come and touch it? Kind of says we kind of got a sell wall there. Like we get there and that may be the biggest order at 500 Bitcoins for sale. Someone wants to buy up Bitcoin for 600 Bitcoins at 22,300. It's our next big zone. So we're kind of caught in the middle. A little bit of sideways action and the volume is a little light, right? The Powell meeting got the market shook for sure. The Powell meeting got the market shook for sure. Definitely, in my humble opinion. It looks just like one of those, sideways ideas in the market sideways again as everybody awaits what he says, because what he says we know we'll get a bit of a movement one or the way or the other. Even if we eventually go the way the charts want us to, there could be a right turn or a left turn or a detour based on the Federal Reserve. So 7-minute is the only time frame that's oversold that could save us here, keep us going somewhat sideways. This is our channel to watch. My prediction for Bitcoin on the day is that it does dump back down to the bottom of the pattern here, maybe to the bottom of the diamond. All right. So something we definitely have to watch out for is a drop to the downside. I say sideways or to the downside based on the 1 hour and the 15-minute getting overbought and the 4 hour also being overbought. But again, it doesn't mean that that's what has to happen. It doesn't mean that's what has to happen. So anything could happen. But the probability right now is telling us that there's more sideways or downward pressure for Bitcoin. So I would trade accordingly. You do whatever makes you happy, but I would trade accordingly. All right. And the market's a little shook. Is agreed with what someone said. The market is a little shook. People are on edge. There's a bit of an edge here. Shout out to the 691 beautiful souls on the live stream. 241 likes. May I get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you for the love. You keep slipping down there. I got to get some glue. It's a beautiful day to be alive. Thank you for being here, each and every one of you. I got a one-on-one today. Shout out to Chris. Thank you for jumping on into the one-on-one. I will see you at 3 o'clock. You're on the schedule and ready to rock. God bless you. Thank you. Life Revision, baby. Blessed to be here. All you amazing lifers. Shout out to Trevor TVA in the house. 16K, more sell-off to 11K possible. Anything is possible. We will go from there. And we went over last night the bigger idea. But, I'm open-minded. I'm not that bull that just says we're going up, right? Never been that guy. I'm bull-minded and bear-minded. I look at the charts. I want to make money both ways. I want to use the volatility to get paid. If we take a dump, I want to get paid. If we pump, I want to get paid. I want to get paid either way. I don't want to miss out on the move. Whichever way it goes, I want to take advantage, right? Oh, my God, you scared me half to death. I was like, what is it? Thank you. Okay. Okay, so looking at this is a bit of a bear flag, right? A bit of a bear flag on the 1 hour time frame. Measured move of this bear flag does take you down all the way to 21,145. My feeling is we would probably extend down to 20,921K or at least hit this double bottom area at about 21,500. So we're looking at something for a move back down. There's also a big area here that has some confluence. So you're looking at this zone. So your bearish scenario is just a bear flag that breaks to the downside for sure. All right? Is what it is. I even have an insurance short already opened up. I only open up insurance shorts when I believe there's going to be a short. I'm 7 for 7 every time I've mentioned them. I hate to say it. I hope this one doesn't go. And I get to say that I'm 1 for 9, or I think I'm 8 for 8, I guess. But I want to be one. I want to lose one of these. Every single time I open my chubby mouth and I say insurance short would probably be a good idea here with a stop loss here. The stop loss doesn't get hit. and the dump eventually does occur. The 4 hour says that this is likely to happen. The 1 hour is overbought. Every single time frame is overbought. You're at resistance. I mean, short resistance, long support. I mean, but at the same time, on the daily time frame, it could end up being a higher low. So I'm in between on that idea, but that's why I call it an insurance short. Nobody knows where the price will go. Eventually, a trader has to make a move. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. It's just an idea that I have. You know, this is an idea that I have. You do whatever you want. All right? Whatever makes you happy. It's a long shot, but be aware that the GBTC ruling tomorrow. Chance GBTC can become a spot ETF. Let's check BTC USDT 3S. We'll take a look at the 3S token for sure. So right now, I'm looking for a move to the downside for Bitcoin. 7 minutes suggest otherwise. 7 minutes suggest we could get our massive short squeeze. So, and this is in a bit of a rising wedge. We would break out on a massive short squeeze to the upside. The measured move would take us somewhere to 22,570. And here we do have 22,500 and 600 Bitcoins in waiting. That's a pretty awesome deal there. So can we get the liquidity move to the upside? There's a chance the 7 minute. Let's wait out the 7. See, once you understand time frames, many times I've seen every time frame overbought, but the 7 minute has been the one that has been the golden move. So anything could happen. We have to be open-minded at all times. It is what it is, right? So that's why I let every time frame play out. When I'm oversold on the 7, I let it play out. And look, you can go back in time. Look at the 7 minute down below the dotted line. What happened here? We got a little bit of a move for Bitcoin. Wasn't huge, but 22,370 to 22,417. Here we get a move, 22,325 all the way to 22,433. Here we got a nice pump to the upside too. Low 7, low 7, low 7, low 7. Here we get a nice move, low 7, right? So I just go by probabilities, nothing more, nothing less. That's why a lot of beginners like to come here, and even expert traders, because they know I do it expert traders like this show because I do it every single day. So they know, they respect the hustle and the grind. And even if we don't trade the same, or even if I go over a lot of beginner concepts, throughout it, they like the way that I'm looking at the charts all the time. They get some comfort out of what I'm looking at, right? Just like, it's cool to be in a group and to talk about cryptocurrency together, talk about what's going on, right? So that's one thing. And then beginners like the group because look at that probability we just broke down. We make it easy to understand. This is the stochastics RSI, low stochastic. We make it easy to understand. You know what I mean? We make all of it easy to understand. So just, come one, come all. I'm here every single day rocking it. And also, I was lost in life. And I went to YouTube to find a mentor, to find somebody that would give me direction, give me spirit, give me movement, give me motivation. I found Ed Milat, amazing guy. I found my mentor, Chris, amazing guy. I found so many beautiful people in the world. Even Jacob Canfield helped me on my way. Amazing guy, for me. So, and even more there was other people that I reached out to and that were there for me in my trading journey as I began to grow and learn and change as a person. And I now want to provide that same motivational core strength and foundation to anyone out there that needs it, because I needed it and I know what it was like. So this channel is not only about technical analysis, it is about motivation. It is about strength. It is about pushing forward. It is about becoming your own boss. It is about becoming your own set of strength. It is becoming rock solid and knowing that no matter what happens in your life, you will obtain greatness. You will achieve what you want to achieve, and you will not let anybody stop you on your way. And if your dream is to do what you want to do, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody and you believe it can, help the world, that's what it is. So I just wanted to make that clear. This channel is about pushing forward. And that's why I don't take a day off, because that's the legacy of this channel. The legacy of this channel is that I haven't taken a day off since 2021, and I get to say it. I get to say that. And everyone's like, oh, there he goes talking about how he hasn't taken a day off. But I get to say it. People that haven't done it don't get to say it, right? And I've worked so hard just to be able to say that thing. And I've rearranged my whole life to be as consistent as humanly possible for everybody that wants to help and change their lives. I believe if you're going to set up a trading school, if you're going to charge, you got to put your 110% into it, because people are looking for guidance, love, light, and happiness. People are looking to change their lives. And I don't know. I believe it's a huge responsibility, and I take it very, very seriously. Shout out to everybody here. May God bless all of you. Shout out to CNC Ireland. Your hard work is going to pay off. 20,000X, my man. Shout out to Eric Browning in the house. It already has, my man. It already has. Shout out to Stack McChange, Lifer Friend, and all the beautiful souls that come to my live stream every single day to help the movement. And that's why there's no reason to be down and out. Let's keep it moving. Let's get back into the charts and keep it moving. And so we're going to take a look at the dollar index. Big thing that we want to take a look at. So we're watching the 7-minute fight. Can we get a crazy short squeeze? We've seen it happen before. Look at the liquidity beginning to get built here. There's a chance I predict the short squeeze yet again, and we watch it happen. I mean, I can't predict it. We don't know if it's going to happen for sure. But we're preemptively beginning to build the idea that we may see it. How many times do I say it's about to happen, and then it happens right as I go to it? I honestly, I'm starting to have muscle memory in my brain too. Like, this looks like the beginning of a short squeeze. This is how it looks. They start to kind of grow, and then brrr, next thing you know, the order book just starts to load up really fast. This is BOOKMAP. It's a heat map order book. Link in the description below if you want to get into BOOKMAP. We have so many awesome, cool offers here that you could jump on into. It's like a shopping mall. Do you want to get into BOOKMAP? Jump on into the link below. Do you want to take my class every single Tuesday from 3 to 5? Jump on into the link below. Do you want to jump into the Discord? Jump on into the link below. Do you want to get tutored? Jump on into the link below. Do you want a one-on-one? So much for you. Do you want to jump onto MEXC, KuCoin? What do you want to learn? Do you want TradingView? We got you, baby. Alt Tradie too, the way we trade while we link to multiple exchanges at once. Alt Tradie, baby. Alt Tradie. Short squeeze, and I'm out of here. Let's get that short squeeze. It would be awesome, right? Everybody wants the squeeze. We call it short squeeze orange juice in the morning. We call it a Sunday short squeeze at night. 50 EMA going for the 50 on Bitcoin on the 15-minute. To me, it already... Oh, the EMAs. Interesting. I mean, that bounce away was good. It avoided a golden cross, which was a bullish sign, too. We got through this big bunch of liquidity as well. The diamond suggests that when you come in from the top, you break out to the top. We also have the 1-hour outlier of the 200 SMA waiting, which would complete a lot of the move here. So, and we have a gap in the VRVP. So we got some signs that they could squeeze the shorts pretty bad here, right? But the indicators suggest otherwise, but that's when they like to do this. So we got to play our cards right here and take it one step at a time. One step at a time. Let's jump on out of Bitcoin for a second. We got a pretty good handle on what's happening with Bitcoin. I got this box up and running the whole time, so I can see this too. So second something happens, I know exactly what's going down. I'll watch it. I'll see the short squeeze immediately. We'll jump right to it. I got you covered. Do not worry. I got 6 screens and everything rocking for us. I am ready for the move. Shout out to all the 700 beautiful people on the live, 300 likes. You people are unbelievably amazing. Thank you for the $2 super chats. God bless each and every one of you. That is a blessing. And there is the short squeeze. I called it. Unbelievable. How do I do this? How do I do it? I can smell it. I don't know how. I can just smell it. It wasn't a big one, but it was. I mean, well, there it goes again. Woo! How do we know how it happens? I'm just telling you, and these people just got liquidated. Had they just known how to use the order book, how they know how to look at a block, they might have found out that they were in the block that was about to get squeezed, but they couldn't see it. We did it again. Sammy called the short squeeze for the 1,000th time live. Congrats, Sam. Shout out from OC. And let's just take a look. Look at that bing, boom, bang on the 7-minute. And that was a short squeeze. Bang, they got squeezed. And it looks like there could be more energy to the squeeze. How do we do this? I'm about to cry. I know I shouldn't cry, but like when you do something over and over again and your life depends on you being consistent because people like consistency, right? Why would you not want to join the trading group and jump on into the trading group that doesn't get you wrecked while everybody's shorting? The 99s, baby. The 99s. Got another entry above. Let's go. Shout out to my man, Lifer Friend, bagging on him to the upside. Bitcoin going to explode. You never know what can happen. I take it one step at a time. I don't make assumptions like that. I don't say Bitcoin's going to do this. I say I don't know what Bitcoin's going to do. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. The guy that calls us like 5 short squeezes a week, we did this on Saturday night. We called the squeeze. I can see it. You know what's kind of weird? I'll be honest with everybody. I can feel it happening now. Because you know why? Usually it's flat. And then when you get a short squeeze, you get a big green one, and then the next green one begins, you know what I mean? And I saw it, and I was like, oh, but I couldn't be sure. I'm not a psychic. I couldn't guarantee the short squeeze. There was no way. You know what I mean? And it was a small one. It wasn't huge. And it is false move Monday. We're likely to just head right back down and take a dump here. But we got above the resistance right now, and we still got legs on the see how the stochastic still has legs? Let me double check this for you. But this is why people love coming to this channel. Things happen on this channel that I've never seen on any other channel. Just weird. Like, we live and breathe as the chart happens. Like, we watch things happen. We're like, I can't explain it. We're in it as it's going. Like, we become part of the charts in a way. Like, I can't really fully explain this channel to anybody else. I've never really, because I watched YouTube for years. I did, and I never saw anything kind of quite like this. I didn't. I've seen live traders and I've seen different stuff, but never something quite like this, where we kind of like figure out where Bitcoin's going to go, like over and over and over again, using these strange, weird, insane little methods that I've put together on my own, like a kid playing in a sandbox. Like, I just went on my own and figured out all those insane stuff. And, you know, shout out to BOOKMAP for reaching out to me and giving me BOOKMAP and saying, hey, we want to work with you. That was a blessing. You changed my life. And I talk about BOOKMAP every day. And honestly, you would think I make, you know, tons of money on BOOKMAP. If you found out, I mean, you'd probably be surprised. I love how it helps me. So I just go with you know what? A lot of people probably put on the screen what makes them get paid the most. I just put on the screen what I believe will help you the most, because I believe if I die tomorrow and I did the right thing by you, then God will do the right thing by me. And I truly believe that. I believe in karma. You can call me a sucker all you want, but I believe in karma. And I believe if I do right by people, my life will go well. And honestly, the more ever since I started the channel, ever since I started doing what I've done, things have been amazing. So, right? Lifer face candles, Ray, respect the TA. Respect the TA, baby, all day long. Bless, man, is you by doing right. Short squeeze, Sammy. Sound is perfect. Shaq Exchange, amen. So we got the pump out of the 7 minute. I bet a lot. How many people thought I was out? No, let's just be honest. I want to know. How many people thought I was out of my mind when I drew this 7 minute chart and suggested we would get a pump? Just be honest. Lifer like Cypher from the Matrix. Looking at the charts, new nickname. You don't have to believe karma, my man. Hey, Sam, can you have a look at GALA? It pumped like 8% earlier in the day. Looking to test the highs this week. That 7 minute insight got out of my short. You saved me. You're not out of my mind. Nah, you call them squeezes, not me. I believed you. Karma is real, bro. No, you on point, boss. Not me. I knew it was coming. Because I'm the man, bro. You're funny. I love you, man. I was with you, but never used the 7 minute before. Thanks, Sam. We're going to 22,800 now. Looks like we may go to 22,575 first. It's going to be our first level. Then we can get higher yet at 22,650 is going to be the steps to the upside here that we're looking at for Bitcoin. Nice little pump for Bitcoin. 758 people on the live. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Yes! The energy, the adrenaline. And look at that squeeze as it comes in again. And we get the buttered up top. They're buttering our bread right now. Getting that move to the upside. Another short squeeze. 18,000. 12 accounts. This is a liquidation indicator. The best indicator in the game. They added liquidation. Unbelievable. Once BOOKMAP did this, it was over, baby. Over. So amazing. 127,000. Now the squeeze is getting serious. And the move, we called it. We got our target. Shout out to anyone that trades with the lifer. Live, baby, live. Another call to the upside on the move. Bang, bang, bang. This is what we do every single day. Look on the 77. Look at the squeeze. It was on 177. Dang, I missed it, but it was just on the 77. Like right there, 177. You gotta love it. On the 77, baby. Every single time. Shout out to each and every one of you, baby. Let's get it going. We gotta get some pump-up music here. Woo! Getting squeezed on a Monday. Remember, false move Monday. We're likely to come right back down, everybody. Don't get excited about moves on a Monday. Don't get too excited about moves on a Monday. Always take a breather. But this is amazing. We got 'ems, baby. We got 'ems. Target number 1 has been hit. Target number 1 has been hit. Ba-boom. Shout out to everybody here on the live. This is what I do, baby. I swear they squeeze the shorts the second I come on. Whether it's Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday, I show up and they start to squeeze and that pocket square starts to fly, disappear. I feel good, baby. It feels good to be alive. It feels good to do what you love to do and have fun doing it and be good at it and feel good about it. God bless each and every one of you. I love you all, baby. I love you all. Look at that move. Boom. Boom. Remember, that short would still be open, the bigger short idea, right? And just because we're pumping, remember that 4 hour does not look amazing, 1 hour, but we're getting that move. And honestly, that's a bullish engulfer. I mean, that's a big boy. But don't get too, and I'll be honest, we could pump all the way up here to the 200 SMA. That's a little tip trick that you'll learn in my trading group. Also, you got a bubble point of control and you're inside the gap now. The gap of the VRVP that we talk about and we teach. All right? Bang, bang, bang. Another Monday morning banger to the upside. Shout out to everybody here on the live. 756 lifers. Let's get up to 1,000 people. Why don't we have 1,000, baby? Let's go all the way to 1,000 on the live stream. Stay motivated. Stay ready to go. Stay hyped. And stay humble, baby. I love each and every one of you. Shout out to Lieutenant Dan Dangle. Shout out to Little Tom Monty. Shout out to Timmy. Shout out to Love Learning. Shout out to all the friends in the house. Shout out to Lifer, friend, Little Tom, Bison 9. Pin the 7 and run it. I've seen it 1,000 times since May. One time, your boy has never caught one of these. Thanks, Lifer, friend. Bring in the bots. Give me 30K Bitcoin. I'm here. Shout out to Nick Zulu in the house. Shout out Abdominal Breadman. Ragnetti, Spaghetti Ragnetti. My man. And that was a pretty massive short squeeze. And we kind of saw it happening before it happened. We say that into existence. Would it have happened if I didn't go live? That's what I always wondered. It probably would have, right? But you never know. You never know. Is your existence the creation of reality, or is reality the creation of existence? Not meaning like, you know what I mean, but is your consciousness, like when you walk outside and someone says hi to you, would that person have walked right and said hi to anyone if you didn't walk outside, or would they walk the other way? I always wonder, like, it's mind-boggling. Biocentrism. Get out the book, Biocentrism. Very interesting book. Biocentrism. All right. Look it up. A universe concept proposed by Robert Lanza that places biology above other sciences. How life and consciousness are the keys. Biocentrism. Very interesting concept and idea. Short squeeze really may not be done here, and we're going to have to go to the smaller time frames. And here we back on the 30-second chart. Can we get the pump? Suggest that we can. Bit of a nice flag here. That will probably wick back up. It is False Move Monday, so it's going to be crazy. 760 people viewing this on the live. It's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. This is the place to be. We're watching history in the making every single day here for Bitcoin. Lifer, which book would you suggest for trading? Had a feeling we were going to squeeze. I think we're going to well past the local resistance. I had no feeling. No emotions needed. I was just looking at the charts. Charts sniffed out an idea that was coming to us. There was a probability. Stochastics RSI are so amazing. Look, I mean, this could start to pump. Measured move would take us to 22,695 on the 30-second chart. Be careful rocking the 30-second or the 1 second. Here's the 1 second chart. And I had to zoom in there and start doing TA on that. It's a slight, you know what it is too? It's a slight, like, it's a cup and handle, but it's, you got to put your head sideways, right? Which I call them like emerging cup and handles or whatever you want to say. Amazing how big the 30-second chart looks to the 1 second chart, like 30 times bigger. And we got the 777s and concurrent viewers. Shout out to everybody here on the live. And send in a super chat for TA and deep dive on any coin you want to talk about. We got coins to talk about. Let me know. Once we get through Bitcoin, which we may never have time. I was going to get the total, the dollar index, and more. So we can keep the Bitcoin on the side here. Could almost switch screens, keep Bitcoin on the small screen. Kind of wanted to do something kind of crazy right now. Like I want to watch this 30-second. So that's Bitcoin. If you can see it, I can't see it. But if your screen's big enough, you can. We're just going to jump on into the DXY. I want to see what's happening in the other places in the screen, right? But if you can see DXY, we'll... Oh, no, right. I'm messing up. I would have to duplicate the screen first. Hold up. I messed up. Let me see how I go back in time here. So 30-second, duplicate. Drag this up. Make it big. Ooh. Get my chat back where I need it so I can grab it when I want it. Boom. All right. And then what we're going to do is double click this. Turn that back into the top monitor, which will be the same. How can I tell the difference? Okay, one's more right associated. That's how. So on the other one, the cup and handle is way far right, right? So there you go. So now we can watch Bitcoin on the right side of the 30-second. I can even adjust it there. It'll change. We'll keep this up here for you if you want it, which I think is crucial because we're kind of in a crazy time here on a Monday. And as we watch this, I'm going to jump into the DXY because I'm really excited to see what's happening for the rest of the market. I'm so curious. My curiosity is really what drives this. True 2 USD got an alert on that too. We'll take a look at that. So look, we got the bearish retest here. This is what we were looking for, everybody. So far, so good. I like to delete my scribble because it's a lot. So we had a shoulder, head. We were saying, could it make a right shoulder? We didn't want that. See to make a flag that could break to the upside. All right, but it pumped and bearishly retested this area here at 104.70. It began to fall to the downside. I want to see this continue to collapse, right? But now the 4 hours starting to get oversold and rounded. You got a bit of a double bottom here. So you're at a support now, possibly for the dollar. Not a great sign for Bitcoin if this holds support. And they have pumped together, but for now we have to believe they're uncorrelated. For the lemon, CKB pushing the lifer. Shout out to Little Time Mining. Thank you so much for the 199. God bless you. It's not easy going every single day, I'm telling you, but I love it. And you know what? You people help me do it every single day. You people push me for more. Push me to go for more. And Bitcoin's starting to move out of that flag. As you can see it now, we got Bitcoin for you on the right screen. I don't know. Does everyone like how we got Bitcoin cam now at all times? Get rid of my tags. You don't need to see my tabs, so I'll bring that down. But yeah. And we could even do we could even do a BOOKMAP camera at all times too if we needed to. You know what I mean? Just at any given moment. And you don't even need that. That could just be all screen. I want to see if that 30-second chart could break out there. All right. See what it does, baby. See what it do. So here, the dollar index has made a bit of a double bottom, oversold on the 4-hour time frame. The daily was coming down. Daily still has more gas to the downside. We want to see this really break down and fall to where the rising wedge wants to fall. I've been all over this rising wedge dropping to the downside. If you've been coming to my channel, we've been tracking this day in and day out, one at a time, slowly. MACD has a bearish cross, and you could get down here and have a massive dump. So I want to see this momentum continue to the downside of the daily. I don't want to see this double bottom hold. 4 hours suggested it may, so we're going to watch this closely too. We want to see the 4 hour kind of just go lower and lose this channel, make a lower low. Then when it comes up, it makes a lower high, and then it's in a downtrend. What I like is it definitely didn't make the right shoulder. That's the first good sign. It could have made a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. It didn't do that. That's our first good sign. So we want to see the dollar index continue to the downside. It also, look, bearish retest, didn't break back inside the rising wedge. These are two really good things. So we're going to play this soft landing here on this double bottom. We're going to take it one day at a time, but we really want to see the dollar continue down. Now we don't want it to get back above this little local resistance that it's made, which is going to be 104.56. That's going to be a line that I would like it not to cross and continue to the downside. Wow. Daily will bump soon. Tomorrow, anything could happen. You never know. Daily does look really nice, though, for Bitcoin. Waiting on that 4 hour to reset, really, so Bitcoin can kind of start to get a bit of a bigger move here. All right. Can't stand whenever I see YF die pump, because that's the one that, like, I can't. I don't want to get into it, but it always gets on my nerves. Anyway. Bear squeeze until its fur is purple. You're funny. And we're still, what a nice squeeze we just had. All right. 30-second chart. I could redraw it a little bit here too. And what's cool is I can always just go to the actual chart and tweak it. And it'll tweak the one that's sitting there, which is so cool. Hey, the 30-second chart has been giving me a lot of insight. I never thought it would. I know people might laugh at it. I think it's absurd. I would never trade it. Like, I'm a guy who likes to swing trade. I trade the weekly, right? You see me make giant trades on Bitcoin to the weekly. But hey, it is what it is. The 30-second chart is what it is. DFY and ROSN popped a little bit. I'm still trying to stack, lifer. Hey, don't try. Just do it, baby. And I know you're doing it. Shout out to my Aries. Our birthdays are coming up. Shout out to the Aries. Shout out to all the Pisces that celebrated a beautiful birthday in the last few days. With a full moon looming, we are pumping or dumping. The full moon most likely creates a pump, but you can't go on that. No guarantees that the full moon's going to create a pump. See, look, you see how you see the flag? See how you see the cup? Here's the cup. Here's the flag. I just want to teach you. There's the cup. There's the little flag we just drew. That's the TA. See how they're the same? If you put them next to each other, you can see it's hard to... If I left adjust, right? That's your cup right there. That's your cup right there. That's the top. That's the flag. That's the top. That's the flag. I just want you to understand. I mean, this is basically the 1 second chart, Just giving you quick data. Just a different way to see the candles. That's all. Just another way to get data. That's all you're doing. Extrapolating orders from the candles so that you can see what's actually behind the candles. It's not just a candle, it's an order. There's orders behind that. There's things making things happen behind the candles. Understanding the science of trading is really the true gift of BOOKMAP. Understanding the science of trading is the true gift of BOOKMAP. How an order is created on a book, what happens, how that affects the market price, how many people want to get in, what happens when so many people want to pay more on the top than the bottom. BOOKMAP answers all those questions and more to blow your mind, baby, to blow your mind. Shout out to anybody that had a beautiful birthday. 787 people on the live. God bless each and every one of you. 793 concurrent viewers. 2,400 views. $399 in chat revenue. You people are absolutely amazing. God bless anybody that gave today. Thank you so much for the love. God bless you all. So we're still going to watch this, now ascending triangle on the 30-second chart, right? For Bitcoin in the back end as we continue to do our daily analysis. So again, the 4 hour looks like we can get a pump right back to the upside here. All we want to do, really, not continue to go, but we don't want to get back above 104.60. We get back above 104.60, then, something's brewing, and we got to, this could be a double bottom. And when you look at a double bottom, you got to play a double bottom like so, and it could break us right back up to this area. So that's what we have to watch out for on the dollar index. Is it going to happen? We'll keep you privy to that information day in and day out. Let's take a look at the ES1, the S&P futures. All right. And we had them in a little flag this morning, or last night. And I said, we'll just flag out the 15 and see if it can continue. And I just drew a quick flag when price action was here last night. I didn't know what was going to happen. I was just like, it might have even been this morning, right? And there you, lo and behold, the 15-minute would, somewhat follow the flag that we drew. And this is why I project flags. And this is kind of what it's all about, is projecting the flag into the future. Trading is more about using your brain to create a movement that you learn from. Like, if you don't make the movement, you don't learn from it, you don't get that sauce. One thing here is you got a little bit of bearish divvy here now starting to come in as these lines are, kind of flatter, and that's more of an uptrend. Yeah, but not too much there. They're pretty much spot on for there. There you got a little bit of a more bearish divvy. But as I said before, the ES1 had to get back above my yellow box here, and it did that. Really, really good sign. So far, so good. We just wanted to go sideways now and consolidate. That's all that matters. Let's take a look at our 1 hour time frame. 1 hour wants to move and continue to pump. That's good for Bitcoin. Could front run the price of Bitcoin. Pumping better than Bitcoin though today, right? Maybe the same, but right now it's pumping a little harder than BTC. 30-second chart is still a little flat. We're not going to start looking at the 30-second chart on everything though. I don't want to make that a regular, but if we go to the 1 hour still has some gas here. Continue to pump. Let's look at our next big resistance area for the S&P. And it's going to be there. Let's get out of this circled zone. Go to my moving averages just for a second and look at it clean. So you're looking here, you got above this spot, which is pretty nice. Resistance, resistance, resistance. You got above that. Can you use that? And now you're in a gap too. And once you get above a VRVP, a high volume node, and this is actually a point of control because you can see the red line that sticks out. For the S&P, that's huge. And you still have gas on the 1 hour time frame. I would expect us to continue up to 41,040 at least to the high volume node. I also have a cup and handle here. This falling wedge did break out. We called the bullish divergence here for you. At the very moment it was there, I said that if we don't get a drop, a pump here, we're going to drop to the downside. We were at a precipice. If we didn't get a pump up here, we were going to drop back down. And let me show you the bigger idea is that we're in this bigger falling wedge, and we were going to fall all the way down to the bottom of the wedge once we came back inside this pattern. See, once you trade patterns for a living and understand how patterns create the religion of trading, the idea that this has to be. So as a pattern trader, it's easier to keep your mind inside a pattern trading mindset. So once in a pattern, you just agree that you're in a pattern till you're not. So the idea is if you had fallen back into this area, you would have to say you're in it. And if you're in it, you're going to come to the bottom of the pattern. This was a huge deal. And then we made this 1, 2, 3. We made this a symmetrical triangle, which we're not out from yet. And I still show you the measured moves of these two ideas as we head closer and closer to the apex of this idea. So we have the next move coming for you. While we saw what happened, I even called the bottom here for the S&P back in October on the bullish divergence. And there was even a cup and handle here that we had going. If you remember correctly, we had this kind of swinging as a cup. This is a handle. And we had the measured move to the upside, which we basically hit, which is pretty outrageous. But if you've been watching me for a while, I've been stalking the S&P every single day, the S&P futures. And I've made it my BI, so to speak. I know this puppy. I know this puppy. I know this puppy. There's a way to do it, and there's a way to do it over here. I was gonna try a new way, I was trying something new. Like I was gonna try my new style, literally my own new style, which was the sideways wave, which you keep it kind of sideways with a little wave kicking out. But I didn't do it right, so. But I will eventually make my own style. Why copy everyone else's style when you can have your own style? You gotta be like everybody else. Be yourself. That's all you gotta do. That's all God wants you to do. God made us all different and special for a reason, so we could all be different and special. If we were all the same, then why are we all different and special? You see what I'm saying? God would have just made us all look alike. There's a reason why none of us look the same. I was looking at a piece of fruit yesterday, and that's when I realized that, how does God not exist when every single fruit does not look the same? You'll never get a piece of fruit that's identical. You'll think it's identical. You'll look at them, but one will have one little bounce or one little piece or one little difference from the other one. You know what I mean? It's pretty crazy when you think about the idea, the uniqueness of the world in which we live in. Every snowflake is different. Nobody's nobody has the same fingerprints. To me, if you think that, if that's just some random, whatever's, I don't know, man. To me, when I open up an orange, when I open up the inside of a lemon, right? When I look at these, just the triangle into the circle, when I think that the seed can grow another one from within itself and creates procreation from within itself, it's a cycle of life over and over again inside of the fruit. How could someone not believe that this is not a miracle of life? So I see miracles all around every single day in all aspects of life. And the older I get, the more I appreciate this earth and everybody in it. Blessings. The Inside of a Lemon by Sam Price. Oh man, you got to write that book. We will. Get a ballsy bandana and fold it into a flower. Boom. Beautiful, unique look. Trust me. Try it, Sam. Thanks, Kevin. You got a lot of cool ideas, Kevin. GALA, my man. What a man for that call out. Well, let's take a look at what happened to GALA here. So ES1, you kind of see what I'm thinking is the 1 hour can continue. The 22 hour has pumped up a little bit, but it could continue. The 4 hour is getting so oversold and beat. But hey, they short squeezed people even on the regular markets today. They got squeezed. So I like what we're seeing. May come back down. Eventually make a bigger flag depending. We might go. I want to see when this eventually ends. Looks like there's a little more gas here on the 1 hour time frame for the S&P. So we looked at the DXY. We looked at the S&P futures. We looked at Bitcoin. We're going to look at the total market cap for all of cryptocurrency. Back at 993. The diamond is possibly beginning to get the move out of the right side. Music's a little loud. Forgive me for that. Diamond came in. It should come right back out. And look at this. Honestly, this is interesting because I didn't see this on Bitcoin, right? Or if I did, it wasn't as clear. That's an obvious inverted head and shoulder, like a very obvious one. That should break to the upside just based on the probability of that pattern has a 68% chance of a break back inside the zone. All right? Basically, we want to get in here. We want a candle closing back above $1 trillion. And not because it's $1 trillion, that's just this level. Whatever level this was, that's what we would say. It happens to be $1 trillion. Bitcoin leveling out on BOOKMAP at 22,542. Starting to kind of channel itself sideways. It's a pretty good sign here. I got that 30-second chart up for you. Can everyone still see what's happening on that 30-second? Is it good enough for you? On your phone, you probably can't. But if you're on a TV or a computer, you may be able to see it. Medellin genetics with plants. All scientists know this. So even genetics and farming are guided by a person. Medellin inheritance. He was a religious monk, by the way. Amen. I was leading project design at Levi Strauss store down here for a little while. You still in the Discord, Crypto Brat? I don't see you post much anymore. Bear trap means bear steps on the bear trap laid at low. Bull trap means it's set at a high, like a noose. You're funny. I get you. So possible inverted head and shoulder here inside of a diamond on the total market cap. We did get the bit of a pump out. We called this flag earlier, last night, and when we went over this idea, and yesterday. Last night was the live stream. We talked about total market cap here. It got the bit of a move. Not amazing, still at resistance. So everyone, don't get too excited here. We're still at a resistance for the total market cap. We didn't really break above it. The 1 hour's overbought. It says we might just come right back down here inside and it may just be like kind of feeling out these levels. I know I got like 100 things going. I'm going to have to get rid of this bear flag for now. It's too much for me. But it does give us kind of where we're likely to go in the event that things don't pan out. So what I see happening today is the 1 hour likely to get rejected. Might have a bearish day to the downside here on the total market cap. Only time will tell, but I mean, when you get short squeezed on a false move Monday, you don't want to put too much faith in it. So I know everyone expects me to be super happy and euphoric about this pump. It was cool, but let's be real. It's Monday, and let's just always remind ourselves to be real and take a step. Also, we got the pump already. Sell green candles. Overbought on the 1 hour and the 15 minute. You know that's when I usually like to take my sweet sauce and run. So, with that being said, and you're at resistance, take profit at resistance. For me personally, sell at resistance, buy into support. That's not support. All right, that's resistance right now. For now, we bounced off support down here. Okay, and you have another level that you could keep. So bigger time frames are opening up. Smaller time frames have to play ball and give us at least some sideways behavior and not lose some crucial zones. We can't lose this white line here and drop down. This is the diagonal trend, $982 billion. Okay. Nice handy forming on the 5 minute on Bitcoin. Nice little handle. By the way, 25.5 close above is very important. Lower trend line for the possible 3 months. Go, Sammy. Shout out to Bitcoin. Shout out to Sam Ramu, my man in the house. Shout out to a Sam, to another Sam. God bless you, brother. God bless you. So here's our 30-second chart starting to fill out again. Kind of got a shoulder, head, and a shoulder there in a way. Very, very interesting. A lot is going on right now. This is very interesting for sure. Tighter in the channel. 30-second wants to make a bit of a move. And this short squeeze may not be over yet. I have to be honest with you. May not be over yet. I learned about the diamond here. I saw the 777s. Shout out to brother. Pump that music, baby. Is 12K possible? Anything is possible. 12K is possible if we break bigger levels that we went over last night. Definitely for sure. Okay. Let's talk about how I called the bottom for LMR and it continues to stay there. 12 hours says this thing could move. So let's take a look at LMR. Whatever's going on with it, it's just getting a lot of love and it's getting extended. Now, I don't use candle bodies and wicks unless there's just so much less liquidity. You got to use whatever you have to kind of make it happen. It's kind of like when you have less dough, you just kind of mush it together and make a pizza. So here's the deal. So sometimes you break a rule to see a rule. I get it. And I'm sorry, that could be confusing for beginners. LMR just got a golden cross, still abiding by this line, oversold in the 12-hour. I don't see why this thing won't eventually pump to the upside. I called the bottom here, and ever since it has held that bottom, LMR. So LMR's on the radar. And we must kind of begin to build what we're thinking about into the future and not let the fear of Bitcoin get in our heads. Otherwise, our focus is challenged. And if our focus is challenged, we just won't have the focus, right? We won't be able to make that bacon. Price pumped up to the 200 SMA on the 1 hour. Just like, that's, tight moving averages. This did pump up. That's what we're looking for Bitcoin to possibly do. Shoulder, head, and right shoulder on GALA 3L. That's up 20% today. A little bit of move for GALA. And GALA, we called it this bullish divergence. They did get the move back to the upside, and it did also pump up to what? The 200 SMA. So this is a little trick that I use. Like after a divergence, I make sure that we make our higher low. If you can get a shoulder, head, and a shoulder, by golly GLMR, and then the tight moving averages pump up to the 200 SMA. And this is the trick. All right? That's the little trick. It's kind of, you look for this whole kind of setup. And you'll see it a lot on many different time frames, on many different assets. The Moon Boys are calling 1 million. Anything could happen. We could go to 12K. I'm open-minded. I am not a Moon Boy. Because I love Bitcoin and I buy a lot of Bitcoin live and people say this and that. Every once in a while, there was like a rumor that I was a Moon Boy. I want to make it really clear. I hope that is never something that carries that type of behavior, that type of rumor, because I am by far from a Moon Boy. I am a bull boy, a bear boy. Whatever happens, I'm looking, you know what I mean? I'm looking to get money. If the market takes a dump, I'm looking to trade it. If the market makes a pump, I'm looking to trade it. If I don't want to trade it, I'm looking to buy low. I'm looking to take advantage of I'm looking to pay attention. So I'm building a bag, trading a bag, finding a bag. And you know what? I need to, which way the market goes, I want to take advantage. So I don't, I mean, in the long run, I do believe Bitcoin will outpace a fiat currency that they continue to print over and over again. It makes perfect sense to me. It's got so much more thought gone into the code than the thought that went into how to entrap people inside of a fiat currency. So even the intent has a lot to do with how something survives in this universe. And I believe if you align yourself with the universal intent, you will succeed faster. So if you help other people succeed, that's universal content. That's universal movement. Like if you basically put yourself in the energy of others and immerse yourself in kind of just the energy around you and let that become your destiny, my gosh, it's amazing. Because what you're saying is, my sail is this big. By myself, I could blow this much wind. But what if I just throw myself into the destiny and desires of the universe? Like me, I'm out here every day. I could have gone to a job and done the same job every day, but I'm out here every day on YouTube, just kind of, showing what I do, giving it away, and then people want to find more. They come back for more, and we create this beautiful community. I have no idea what's going to happen on any given day. If Michael Pa comes and throws 500, do I know that? No. We have no clue, right? But we wake up every day and we put our best foot forward and we move forward and we believe that great things are going to happen because our belief is our creation of opportunity. And opportunity comes from our behavior and thought process. Our thought process creates everything. What you think becomes real. All right? So I would watch this flag here for GALA because the 21's crossing. Eventually, you're going to front run what looks like a golden cross. And GALA's a beautiful coin with a lot of big news coming. And you got Maki Wahlberg, you got The Rock. I mean, at 3 cents. And you want to look at it on its weekly. You really want to look at a coin like this on the weekly, even on the monthly. Right? Monthly, you can't even really see it on the monthly. Erase everything. You take a look at it on, like, you know, the yearly to the 52-week. All right, they're all the bigger time frames that you're spent, but remember the anomaly that I've been putting out where things pump regardless. This is touching the 21. It's a pretty good idea that it could pump. Even though the weekly's high, I've seen a pump come, so just remember that. You came back down to the 618, you pumped up. You came back down to the 618. Right now, this is institutional accumulation. This is where institutions would accumulate this coin, all right? It's just what they would be doing. Or any project on any, and this goes for the last 30 years. If you had just pulled Fibonacci, or 20 years, I don't know, 30 years, but if you pulled a Fibonacci and you saw it for what it is, price will pump, retrace all the way back down to the 0.65 and the 0.618 golden pocket and get a move back to the upside. That's something that happens, all right? So that's just something that you want to be wary of. And that would say that GALA is in a perfect accumulation zone. That would coincide with a low 3-day, a low 2-day chart, which is there. And that's a beautiful sign. So your low for GALA was 1.5 cents. You've doubled up since then. So you're missing out on that 1x. And what happens is if you get in at 1 cent and it goes to 10 cents or 12 cents, right, you 10x. You get in at 3 cents, you only 3x. So it is sad. You know, I don't want to give anyone FOMO, but, you know, that was the lowest time to buy for GALA. Maybe we go lower. You never know. I would dollar cost average into this coin. I believe in the long term, it's going to be something pretty big in the long term. So I've been watching it for a long, long time. We traded it from here. We found it when it first ever came out. We have proof of it in the old trading group. I still have the timestamps if anyone wants to challenge me on that. But we found GALA when it first ever came out. Even down here. Took that first pump. Took the second pump. Insane. Always makes me think of Kevin Calderonster. I don't know why, but it always does. Because me and Kevin, man, were trading heavy at that time. Always think of Kevin Calderonster. So shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And may God bless each and every one of you for jumping on in and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Fallen wedge, oversold, right? And the MACD doing damage. So here. And here you have falling volume and falling price. Suggest that you can get a move back to the upside here. Bang, bang, bang. 171,000 GALA coins, baby. Propel, forgot God can be the universe and energy too. Not a person. Propel, forget God, give me an energy to not. I don't know what he said. Life Revision trading course is stunning. Lifer is a calm, focused teacher. Shares his years of experience in 2+ hours. Teaches his TA style from A to Z. If you want to jump on into the class, it's every single Tuesday from 3 to 5:30. Every single Tuesday from 3 to 5:30. Jump on into class today. I can't wait to see you there. Jump on into class today. All right. And remember, I'm on ATB every single Thursday. I'm on ATB every single Thursday. I can start short, you know, just to let you know, live and around the blockchain. Thursdays at 5 p.m., right? 2 p.m. Pacific time. So GALA looks like it could make a huge move here on the 3-day chart. This is something I would be building a bag of. But again, you know, and went to this value area low. Came back up. It's cruising back to that point of control. It wants to accomplish it and get to the value area high. It's the move that you want to see. Also, look at the 3-day chart. Starting to hang out. And the 1-day chart just got a golden cross. Moving average is getting very tight. Oversold. There's a lot happening here for GALA on my radar. So GALA looks like it could get a huge move up here in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Possible gains of 165, 152%. Show me the charts and I'll show you the news. Is news coming out for GALA in 2 to 3 weeks? If there's a bunch of big news articles and it gets all hot and heavy, the charts were already trying to convey this message to you. Okay. I'm super excited to jump into class tomorrow. Going to be epic, and then I'll be studying the recording to get up to speed so I can make bacon on the beach. Shout out to Alex Smart. God bless you. Thank you for jumping on in. CSPR is my GALA. My man likes his Casper Labs. Let's take a look at Casper Labs. We talked about the fact that it is retesting This bottom trend line, can it make a bit of a move? The 1 hour got a slight pump, not as big as we wanted it to get. 4 hour still got the gasolina. Can it get a bit of a move? Casper, this is on our radar, something that we posted, talked about. Still watching Casper for a possible retest here on the 4 hour time frame. 1 hour may need to chill out though. All right. Yeah, 1 hour looking to reset. That's what I would be looking at for the 1 hour to reset for me personally for CSPR. All right. And that brings us what? To 11:30, which is the news. And we're going to bring you the news every single day, baby. Every single day. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. May God bless each and every one of you. I'm going to jump on into the news to give you the hottest topics and the things that are going to move the market today and move us into tomorrow. Shout out to everybody here. My name is Sam Price, Crypto Lifer, and every single day here on my channel, I bring you the news. That's right. We give you the upfront and personal data that's going to affect the markets or swing things one way or the other. Let's talk about it. Now, the charts usually convey what's going to happen, but it's good to know what's going on with regulation, with politics, and what else that could affect cryptocurrency. So today, Bybit collaborates with MasterCard to launch crypto debit card. Cryptocurrency exchange Bybit has announced a new partnership with MasterCard. The collaboration is part of a long list of partnerships for the payments giant. Recently, MasterCard also collaborated with Latin America cryptocurrency exchange Bitso to launch a debit card in Mexico. The payments giant also had collaborated with Bello. They recently collaborated with Bello too. Big news. Binance and numerous other firms, just in MasterCard. Remember we saw that FUD news the other day about Visa and MasterCard not getting in? That was complete FUD. MasterCard continuing to build with cryptocurrency. If you are in the finance industry and you began to move money around since the 1980s, 90s, and now into the 2000s like MasterCard has been doing, of course you would take full advantage of cryptocurrency. It saves you money and lets more people use your services, and you can do more transactions in one day. If you were a fruit stand and you could sell more oranges in a day, you would do it. Anybody would make more transactions for their business a day. Any single payment transaction company would be an absolute fool not to get into cryptocurrency. MasterCard making a good move for them, a good move for crypto, and a good move for the entire financial world space. I like what I'm seeing here with Bybit and MasterCard. Kraken is on track to launch a bank very soon, despite regulatory weird place. Kraken is moving ahead with plans to launch its own bank despite a challenging regulatory environment. Marco Santori, Kraken's chief legal officer, told the Block Frank Chaparro on the Scoop podcast, Kraken's banking relationships are secure. This is a big deal. We really want to see a new crypto bank come out and show them that they, what they're saying is, hey, you want to put regulations about, custody? We'll make a bank and we'll show you how custody is done. A new bank born from crypto sector would come at the tumultuous time for an industry still dealing with widespread fallout from the collapse of FTX. SEC Gary Gensler said last month that the Kraken settlement, which included $30 million in fines, should put everyone on notice in the marketplace. Honestly, $30 million, that's low for an SEC settlement. Usually it's like hundreds of millions of dollars. That's pretty awesome. Maybe they got off pretty easy. Anyway, Kraken's still going ahead. What I like about it is shows they're not afraid of regulation. They're not going to be scared into not pushing us forward. And also, innovators are risk takers. And people that are innovators, and as long as they're not breaking the law, you know what I mean? They're gonna go forward. So what I really like to see is the fact that Kraken is saying, hey, we need to innovate. We need to push forward, and we're going to show people hopefully how it's done. Let's hope they do it correctly. Kraken really does it in a good light, and let's see what happens with this bank. This is very, very interesting. This is going to be a big deal. Will they go after it? Will they stop it in its tracks? Will they be able to do it? And they're coming out and even saying they're doing it publicly after everything else shows strength, that Kraken is ready to go and has all their, basically ducks in a row, so to speak. So I like what's going on here with Kraken. Shout out to the Block for this awesome article. And last but not least, DeFi and Exchange PancakeSwap to deploy version 3 on BNB Smart Chain in April. You thought PancakeSwap was going away? It was 60 cents just 2 years ago. It is still holding strong above 350 and even to the $4 range. It held a 6x in this market where most coins lost 90% of their entire net worth. This coin continued to push. It had utility. I love Pancake. They called me the Cake Man. I first put out Cake at 60 cents, got into $1.02, wrote it. I was going over DeFi. I showed how to get into DeFi, all that fun stuff. I was doing all sorts of fun staking with Cake, and Cake really changed my life forever. It really did. I got 6,000 subs off one of my first Cake videos when I had a very, very small channel. So Cake really put me on the map and did a lot of big things for me. I will always remember Cake and believe in Cake. I used to wear a Cake hoodie a lot on the live stream, if you guys remember me. So this is a big deal. PancakeSwap, like other DEXs, relies on smart contracts to allow users to swap cryptocurrencies without intermediaries. They're coming out with a V3. It will be available on the Binance Smart Chain, which is known for its fast and low transactions. And they never had a big hack. Things associated with them or bridges may have, but PancakeSwap has been safe ever since. And they burned 27 million in its Cake tokens on Monday. That's actually a big deal too. They continue to burn Cake. 7.15 million Cake burn. That's $27 million. That's huge. Trading fees and perpetual 255 Cake. Wow. Cake is still on the move. Cake is still an operating ecosystem. And when DeFi comes back, Cake is going to be the big winner because it's already operating very nice in the bear market. Everybody, that is your news for the day to keep your mouth watered and quenched for crypto information. This is the data that's going to help you. PancakeSwap's going to be big. You may want to look into it if you've never heard about it, right? To kind of go over the idea. Kraken making a bank is huge, and MasterCard making big moves all the way, a big name in finance, making big moves with crypto. Thank you so much for watching the news, everybody, and I'll be back tomorrow with another beautiful news segment. Everybody, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys doing that. And we do the news anyway, so you get the news. So I give you something while you give me something, and together we get it done. All right? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate you all for jumping on in to the news. We did lose 100 people during the news. One thing to think about. I'm building my bag of cake again. I guess I restaked my cake. I want to be a cake man. Back to 44. What about GBTC? What is happening tomorrow? Possibly we might get an ETF for Bitcoin on GBTC, right? We'll look into that. We'll make, we might have to make a separate news segment for that. So look at False Move Monday. We gave it all back. Every single bit that we got. Exactly like we were supposed to. Let's give it up for False Move Monday, everybody. Every single time, Monday will pump and dump exactly right back to the downside. I even said to everybody, be careful. Don't get too excited. Yeah, we sniffed out a short squeeze on the 7-minute. But look, I trade stochastics. Stochastics got overbought on the 7. Told you that the ride was over. We looked at small time frames to try to find a pony ride. We didn't get it. We broke down on that 30-second chart. All right. And, so didn't pan out as planned, right? Let's take a look at our bigger time frame, kind of what's going on. I mean, are we retesting this area, though? Chance that the 7-minute could do a retest here. Chance that the 7-minute could be doing a retest. This is what we're really hoping for. No guarantees at all. Can the 7-minute give us a retest? That's the question at hand. That's what everybody wants to know. And get it to 22,656. Or do we end up back inside the pattern? Or is the pattern just bigger? I'll take it like this. Slanted diamond. And we're just getting rejected by another resistance point. False Move Mondays, very treacherous days to trade. Be careful. The 7-minute does suggest that we may pump back up and another short squeeze may begin now. Short squeezed, they long squeezed. Way more shorts got squeezed than longs, I'll tell you that. 231,000 to 74,000. Looks like another short squeeze may begin to occur here. No guarantees, just, something that may be brewing here on the radar. Interesting. Very interesting. And, you know, I usually deep dive tons of altcoins, but today I'm just like really watching Bitcoin. Some of these things are still popping. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. Wow, Unicity pumping to the upside. 8 My Words is always a coin booming. And I know that too. There's always a coin getting it. Always a coin getting it in. Look at that, 22 hour. And look, it blasted to the daily, you know, the 22 SMA. ONSTN, we used to trade this a lot. It's at the bottom of its barrel. It's interesting. Let's look at our baby ROSN. It's been a hotter coin in the markets. So ROSN bumped up, got a little bit of a gain from the bottom of the channel, then kind of went sideways yet again. Let's take a look. I'm willing to say it's just still inside of a bigger channel here. Never left. I'm okay with that. What I don't like is the 22-hour had gas and didn't give us as much as we could have gotten. See, I'm a momentum trader. I basically trade on momentum. I want to see that the momentum is giving me what it should give me. What I mean by that is, see, we went from here to here, and, you know, for the 22-hour, doesn't mean it's over yet. It still has some gas. The daily just getting started for ROSN, so it looks like the daily could really be the big winner here in all of this. I mean, since the entry, we're still up very nicely, so we're still up. And the daily suggests still a big move coming for ROSN. 4-hour also in a really good spot, and we were waiting for this is what the 4-hour alert was for. Wait for the 4-hour to reset when it was too high. It reset nicely, right? So you got a nice daily, you got a nice 4-hour, okay? And that, you know, and I'm at the bottom of the channel. That was really the aggressive entry there about 12 hours ago. And this thing's still on my radar. Hasn't been taken off the radar. And remember, we popped up hard. This is beautiful consolidation. Came, bounce off a fib. We pull our fibs. We got it. You know, we've had it. Stop was here, you know, when we first got in. Stop can be brought, you know, I shave. How I do it, you do whatever makes you happy. If I'm in a trade and I go up 30%, I basically, however I'm up, if I'm up 30%, I shave the stop 15%. You know what I mean? So I shave half of the stop from what I'm up. And as I keep going up, you know what I mean? That's kind of the level and the idea that's kind of what I'm looking at. Tight moving averages here. And this thing, you know, could really get all the way back up to about 28 cents from 14 and get the double up. So we're watching it closely. So far, there's no reason to believe that it won't dump, but it could. Anything could happen if we could get stopped out. They could stop hunt. It could have low liquidity. Anything could happen. But this is like the, you know, what I'm focused on right now because the probability has the highest probability of a move. All right, so I'm nice enough to kind of let you know what I'm looking at today, even though it's kind of it's a tough market. 6100 also in this big cup and handle. Previous resistance, and it's bouncing back off it. It's also in the 706. It's kind of in a golden pocket retracement. This thing can get a move. 157% gains coming. Something to think about, something to put on the radar as well. Remember we were trading Clayton too a while back. Came all the way back down. Got the dump. Clayton. Bit of a cup and handle there for Clayton. Sounds like somebody's kid. I picked up Clayton yesterday. Does Clayton have school? No, Clayton's at soccer. Like, what time are you getting Clayton? I thought you were getting Clayton. No, I have bowling. You're not getting Clayton. Now I have to cancel my trip with the girls. Do this to me every time, babe. We don't have that at my house because we have one car and we usually go together to get my daughter. And we walk as much as we can. But I imagine, you know, I just like, I've watched some shows or whatever. I mean, I'm a very creative guy. I'm like, is that what happens in another family? You were supposed to get Billy. What happened? So Clayton is in the 618 golden pocket Fibonacci level after this pump from the top to the bottom. Bit of a cup and handle area, good retracement. Something to think about for Clayton. GLMR took the beat down, stopped us out. It was really just a really quick projection though, like very, very like rough sketch of an idea. Didn't even really fulfill the pattern yet. Pretty risky, honestly. So a lot of things have double topped. Let's take a look at Total 2. Total 3, actually, the entire market cap of all cryptocurrencies without Bitcoin. I'm just going to start fresh if you don't mind. Take away the moving averages and just look at price action for what it is. So right here, we came right back. We're actually tussling with our previous high and low. We're kind of right on that previous low. Interesting. All right. All right. So you had a falling wedge that broke out. Bounce, bounce. Double bottom here. Kind of in this little flag too on the 3-day chart. And the 3-day chart wants to make a move. And we get that nice pump for the altcoins. So interesting. Cup and handle feelings. 3-day looks good. 2-day looks good. Daily looks good. 22 is pointing up and down. Sideways, but not the worst. 4-hour could come back up, but it's not amazing. Kind of says some sideways behavior for the altcoins. So small caps could pump, but the bigger caps look like they're going to go more sideways up until Tuesday, Wednesday. 1 hour needs to cool on off too. So we put alert down here. And I'm not going to open up tons of alt trades until the 1 hour resets. You see what I mean? Because this is 90% of the altcoins. I'm not going to fight the feeling. All right. Let's look at Bitcoin USD.3S here and see what's happening for Bitcoin 3S on KuCoin. And don't be shy, man. Super chat's dried up today. Wow. People were just like shook ones. It's all good. I appreciate it. A buck. If I get a buck, I appreciate it. I could die tomorrow, man. Anything I get above the earth, the blessings are blessings. Anything I get above the earth is a blessing. And I truly believe that. Thank you for everything in my life. Thank you for everybody here. God bless each and every one of you. We started humble. We're going to end humble. Doesn't matter that we're growing and we're getting bigger. We remain humble here on this channel. And yeah, I might dress nice and I might have more money for more things. But I remember where I came from, and you can't take it when you die. So really, as much as it can matter for oh so long, and material things can only make you happy for so long. Growing flowers makes me happy. You know, touching nature makes me happy. Creating things that you know are never there forever, but you get to kind of remember them make me happy. So could the short pump on the 1 hour, there's a chance here that this is what you're looking at. Eventually makes a rising wedge and makes a massive dump. But there's a chance here that we do pump up a little more. And the 4 hour's ready to go. So you have an oversold 1 hour and 4 hour on the short. Tells you there's a high probability that it'll play out. So, it's your idea. High probability this could play out here. Just putting it out there. All right. For the 3S token. Oversold in the 1 hour and the 4 hour. It's usually when I love to open up a trade. So, you know. Just probabilities. No emotions needed. Just probabilities. That's a flag. It's retesting the previous support zone. And it doesn't mean it's going to happen. There's no guarantees, but it, you know. That's what the oscillators say. Again, the bigger time frames are no way. They're very overbought. And that could come into play, right? Come back to the 21-day moving average. Getting rejected by the 50. So if you do try to scalp the short, just know that it may not happen. A stop may hit you. And honestly, you can put the diamond on the other side here, and then we should move back to the downside. So we got some mixed signals, but I'm still looking at it because you got to stay open-minded. Always keep it short on deck in case. Always keep it short on deck. Looking at the short is good because it just tells you, hey, I should check out the short just in case. To keep your bias in check, right? So it's a funky Monday, you know, and I post depending on what the market gives me. If the market's, I'm not going to overpost on a market that's kind of give me some mixed signals, all right? I believe this green Satoshi token will eventually, oh, it did, oh yeah, that one already did it. But ROSN's like the strongest coin that I'm looking at today, honestly. There's a few other coins that are all right. ERG was in that nice consolidation, lost it. Lotentry lost the zone. Ferrum Network was pumping hard. Still kind of in a flag retesting the zone. We'll take a look at that in a second. And I'll scan the market and look at things that may or may not have a bit of a move. BLOK was so low. Looked like BLOK could make gains. Stopped out, right, in the melee for Bitcoin. Now you can kind of pull a fib on BLOK. We got stopped out. I just want to make that clear. Not every single trade plays out. If every trade played out, you'd be a liar. And you don't want to be a liar, right? So every trade, if I was 100%, hey, it would be amazing, right? I could just touch a button and every single time I hit a trade, it would go up. This is the golden pocket, though, and I mean, that's the institutional area. And that's kind of your cup and handle. That's kind of what a cup and handle is. It's that rounded bottom, pumps up, comes back down to a fib level, right? So you're looking at your 706, your 618, right? So block retracing back to the golden pocket on the radar. I usually post this, and I don't tell you it's not time to open up a trade, but I want it on your radar now. And then I'm going to start stalking it again to keep you privy to what's going on. Once something's in the golden pocket, it's on my radar then. Like, that's when I'm like, all right, I got to start paying attention. All right. Something different about us. So block, interesting. All right. VAI, still interesting. All these AI coins still above their previous resistance points and oversold in the daily and the bigger time frames. Even the 3-day starting to get low on these AI coins. I told you I built my bags. It's not easy to do these things. There's a lot of emotions around building a bag, but you do what you got to do when you do it. We got our AGIX trade. Let's take a look at what it's doing now. Same idea as this here now for AGIX. And that's the aggressive entry at the bottom of the channel right now. And mind you, this could dump all the way to the downside. Don't blame anybody for your trades. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. I'm in this trade. I've showed for how much to my whole trading group. They know what I'm doing. I shared my building, my AI portfolio with them, $20,000 AI portfolio with a few little outliers in there. But I shared it with them. They know what the deal is. AGIX looking interesting to me on the radar. And this is the first time I ever built this live with each and every one of you. Like, I saw it differently today than I've seen it in the last few days. That's what I love about doing TA. It expands the mind. You get to see things you never would have thought before. That's what TA for me is all about, is the mind expansion, is constantly practicing the brain. Constantly practicing with the brain over and over and over again. And letting that pocket square not fall down. You know, it's that silk, and this has like silk and the silk together. It's just not going to last, you know. I need Velcro. God bless. You know, that my biggest problem today was my pocket square was slipping.
Want me to help you?
Big issue. Oh my God. You knew you were going to, you thought I was going to jump, right? But you know why I didn't? I saw something on my peripheral and I thought you walked by. And then I said, I must be hallucinating, you know?
No more problems.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You just took it and walked away?
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to do with that? You solved it, right? Now it's done. I feel so naked. I feel like I don't have underwear on now. This is horrible. Can I get it back maybe? Can I get it back at like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock? When can it come back? I should have had a white one on anyway. White would have looked better with the shirt, but I like the gold. Today it wasn't all about being right. It was about being cool, just doing what I felt. So AGIX looks good to me too. Inside of the channel here, I like what I'm seeing for AGIX. And for you to meet me, think about it. For you to meet me, I had to go on my own way, leave work, decide I could be someone different, decide to learn, challenge myself, push myself to the limit. And now we're here together. So our meeting is a blessing because it never would have happened if I kept doing the same thing with my life. So God bless each and every one of you for being here. Let that be inspiring to you. Stay inspired. Keep yourself in the zone. I love each and every one of you for being here. May God bless you all. And I'm out for the day. We'll look at Bitcoin one more time. A little bit of a long squeeze. We flattened out at 22,500. Seems to be about right. We posted a short just in case. We looked at these ideas. Does total market cap come lower? Does the, you know, things to look. Look at these funny songs that have not. I'll just play this one I liked at the end. Let's take a look at Bitcoin before I'm out of here for the day. On Binance, the USDT pair. So if you're in the trading group today, we had the 7-minute up and running, and we called the short, which we got, a short squeeze. We called the short squeeze. Hi, my name is Sam Price. Here's a Bitcoin update for you. It's at about 11:52 in the morning. Hi, my name is Sam Price. Here's a Bitcoin update for you. So here's the deal. We called a bit of a short squeeze pump here on the 7-minute time frame on my trading group. We were watching together. Anyone who wanted to see in my live stream today on YouTube, And we suggested through BOOKMAP, we saw liquidity to the upside, and we suggested that we could get a move up here. And we got the short squeeze. We sniffed it out, and we watched it play out on the 7. And it was nice. We got this pump to the upside here. But then we know it's false move Monday, and we false moved right back down. But it's acting as like a retest. And I said, watch out for a retest here, and drew a falling wedge that could pump back to the upside. And I said, we may actually continue this short squeeze. Now the short squeeze looks to be starting up again. As this, see, this is what happens when you get a short squeeze. This level gets higher, and this gets really big. I've noticed it now. Like, it's almost like the next big ball is going to hit a liquidation, usually. Not guaranteed, but usually this ball will grow and grow and grow, and then we'll see a liquidation. It's just what I've seen a lot on BOOKMAP. BOOKMAP, link in the description below. So, wow, look, now we're kind of getting right back to where we were. False move Monday. You false move up, you'll false move down, you'll false move right back up again. Look, falling wedge at resistance with oversold stochastics with lack of bearish momentum and falling volume with falling price suggests you will get a reversal, lack of sellers. So this says we will get a move back to the upside here for Bitcoin, and this is interesting. Forgot the 30-second chart has been up the whole time. Maybe I'll take it down tomorrow. And I got to bring back MARVCAM. I keep forgetting about MARVCAM. So 7 minutes suggests another short squeeze is coming and that we can continue to pump. Measured move would take us to 22,662 here. All right. So I watch smaller time frames on Monday when the market's out of control. I watch smaller time frames when the market is out of control. They kind of give me the idea of what's happening. And then we kind of zoom out towards the end of the day. And then we get through the rest of the week. And look, there is the short squeeze right there, 566. It's starting again right there, yet again. Could it continue? It very well may. This is a lot of it how it happens here. That's BOOKMAP. Link in the description below to BOOKMAP. Please jump on into BOOKMAP today. It'll change your life. All right. If you want to know what's happening with Bitcoin in the live, you got to jump on in. Sign up to MEXC Global today. 0% for spot and future maker fees. If you're just getting started, you can't afford to pay fees. Small bags, a little bit of money. You want to learn as you go. Jump on into MEXC Global today. Very small maker fees, 0%. If you become the maker, 0% for both spot and future maker fees. I'm telling you right now, or 0.02%. Smallest fees in the entire game. Stay blessed. Stay focused. Trade MEXC, baby. And they have some of the smallest coins, too, that you could have access to. They have AGIX. They have everything. If you look at their markets, they got some of the smallest coins nobody knows about. Big coins, too. 135%. Factor up. Look, big. These coins pump. So they have, and they get some of the coins when they first leave a decentralized exchange. That's really what I like about MEXC Global. You can kind of acquire a coin when no one really knows about it yet if you're watching it through its ecosystem. Like if you know about it before, look at these Pepes. How do these not get pretty big? You know what I mean? I feel like these have a big following already. It's kind of making me think that something that might nick Pepe, something that might actually get a bit of a pump. Anyway, thoughts up on a balcony. So here's the idea. Do we double top here now and make an M pattern? 7 minutes as we continue to the upside. Remember, the 1 hour and the 4 hour are not amazing. Once we kind of mellow out here, it does look like a short may play out. So what do I see happening for the day? Well, we called this crazy pump, or we had the probability that it was likely to happen. We called this flag on the smaller time frame here on the 1 hour. It pumped beautifully, made it past the measured move now of that flag, right? Broke a resistance. So here, can the daily candle close above 22,500? That's all I want. Like Monday, all we have to do is close a daily candle above 22,500. I'll be a happy man, and we can go from there. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. I love you all. God bless, and I'll see you on the next live stream.